Just out of the way. Yeah. So you know the ones in GTA, lay low. It's fine. To give it to them. Hey.
Yes guys, I hope you're all well and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be getting a boot mod 3 remap for the M2 from Define Coding. In stock form, this N55 M2 runs about 370 brake horsepower. My previous car, the BMW M1 ran about 470 brake horsepower after a stage 2 remap. Having owned the car now for half a year, I think it's about time we increase the power. So let's get straight into the video. So yes guys, the day has come, we're finally getting the BMW M2 mapped. I did want to hold off until I'd done some more track days to do it, but it was one of those things, owning a 140 and mapping that to stage 2 boot mod, and that was 470 brake. This car has always felt somewhat underpowered, so it was a no-brainer when Carl said to me, Tim, let's get this done, let's go stage 1 at least. I was like, okay, what would that bring me? And on the N55 M2, where it comes in at 370 from factory, it only gives you apparently an extra 30 brakes. It's just going to take it up to 400, which might be enough for me. I highly doubt that, simply because I did have the 140, but with this having a way better chassis than the 140, I felt like, you know what, power's enough. I can carry more speed around the bends, which is important. But there's times when you want to really give it a squeeze on a track day, and you haven't got any puff when you get towards the end of the rev range. And my biggest reason for wanting to put more power in this is that if you think about the other M2s, and that's the M2 Comp, that's 410 brake horsepower as standard. M2 CS, around 450 brake horsepower as standard. And albeit with a few changes between them, it's effectively still the same sort of car in terms of weight and whatnot. So for me, if BMW felt that the CS could take 450 and not give it any more, I think that's the sort of number that I should be chasing. Just love a roundabout, hold on. Just there, balanced. And also a big shout out to Define Coding, because we've recently done some changes on the gearbox. So he's flashed XHP on the gearbox. It's now being offered on the DCT gearboxes, and it's been night and day. The GTS and the CS, don't get me wrong, were great, but XHP, removing that torque punch, which is in Sports Plus, which I actually drive in now, it makes it a lot more comfortable. So second gear, let's just clear this roundabout first. Second gear now, it doesn't give you that punch. So before you change gear, you feel a very strong thud in between the gears, but now it's way more controllable. That wasn't full throttle, but you can kind of get the idea. The punch that was there isn't there anymore, and with this not having the proper drive logic DCT that the other M cars have, XHP was the only option for me, because you were able to adjust the torque punch, which again made it comfortable to drive. But I digress. What we're going for today is a stage 1 boot mod 3 off-the-shelf map, and that is a very safe map. You can change a few settings, the burbles and whatnot, but at my age now, it's not the sort of thing that tickles my fancy all the time, wanting my car to sound like I've got, I don't know, cans rattling on the back of it. So maybe I'm showing my age a bit now, getting on a bit, but for me, stage 1 off the shelf probably ticks the box for me. 400, will we need more? I don't know, let's wait and see.
So the engineer, Morpheus, what are you saying? The
back
coding
again.
master?
No leather jacket today.
Why you got my seatbelt on anyway? Are you gonna be like?
I mean, yeah. Basically, we so basically, we just have to have this plugged in all the times, especially when you're in DSC off. This is a must. You can't not have it on. And
100%.
We've got you booked in for something special
so
today.
The energy is different, and for good reason. So we're doing a boot mod 3 install, which is like a off-the-shelf map, but obviously it's constantly updated. Yes. You were saying.
So we're going to be using their latest OTS stage 1 remap for your car. We're going to be doing a 99 RON/98 fueling for this car. So Shell V-Power, Tesco Momentum, all that good stuff. Tim's going to be running with the OTS burbles. Obviously, he hasn't done much exhaust mods yet, so just to keep the car safe and not too much overrun. You know, he likes to keep it civil. You know, OEM plus.
I'm getting on a bit now, so I think the burbles are a big no-no for me. Maybe we might have one or two just when I've got the little boy in the car, to make it a bit savage. But I think you were saying we can also change, because I have done it with the passing by myself. But whenever it's something like this, I always prefer meeting up with the main man and getting him to do it. So I think else on Bootmod, you were saying if I did decide to run a decal, I know I've got a sports cat, the engine management light can be turned off by this. But if you want the engine management turned off, you still have to buy the license, right?
You still have to buy the license. So a lot of people assume if you fit a cat or a sports cat or a decal to their car, they say, you know, can it be coded out? Unfortunately not. It has to be mapped out using, like, you know, cloud tuning platforms, something like Bootmod 3. Obviously you can use MHG to do something similar, but you know, we're Bootmod 3 resellers, it's what we use a lot. And you know, as you found previously, the enthusiasts and the forums are ever so helpful, 100%. And the support is, you know,
so
top
quick,
level.
so quick. And they don't work on Sundays though,
No, they don't. They definitely don't work on Sundays.
Yeah. Just a quick one. You were saying you can do it off your phone and laptop.
So we're going to be doing something different today. Everyone who's seen me do this before, you know, all my clients as well as yourself when we did yours originally, we normally flash by the laptop. The laptop is the safest way. However, Bootmod 3 have now implemented a very, very easy system that you can flash from your mobile phone. All you do need is an OBD Ethernet cable, which, as you know, we include with all of our packages. You get yourself a Lightning to Ethernet adapter, plug straight into the bottom of the phone. You can log in, and you know, it says here on the app that we are connected. I don't want to show you a VIN number too much,
obviously, because if you find the VIN number, then they'll be able to like find the location and that.
Of course, but this will show that we're connected to the vehicle, and all you need to do is put the phone in do not disturb mode when flashing, and you know, it's easy as that. So,
wicked. And just for proof, can you show, because obviously we'd get one free map, we were saying, with the license, and then if you do want to get a pack after to go from stage 2, stage 3 sort of thing.
If I cover your account details, you'll see this map credit says 1
just
here.
below, so just fit in there quickly. Map credits are 1, so that means we haven't used the map credit that come with the license, so I haven't flashed it. This is going to be my first real impressions with the car, and probably later on down the line I'll give you guys a bit more feedback. But I've got to go out with the main man, because I love getting reactions from this guy. But yeah, guys, let's let Carl get on with the install, and I'll catch up with you guys in a sec. Oh my days, we're back, guys. Mapped. So this would give me about what, 600 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah. But I think it puts you around what a 380, 390 mark. I think it is.
Yeah, because this stock is 370, and I know it's not as tunable as the B58.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I've missed it. The burbles are more pronounced as well. Hey, more pronounced.
Additional fueling.
Oh, it's aggressive. It's definitely aggressive.
Yeah, I can feel the difference. Yeah,
it's aggressive. Oh man, and the burbles are more pronounced. Like, they're not still savage. Like, it's more second gear you get them, I think. That's perfect. That's enough. Like, any more, just too much. Again, we can customize the burbles. Yeah,
we can adjust them. Yeah,
they're a bit too savage for me.
They're just set to OTS at the moment, so we can put them to OEM, of course.
Okay. It's nice. You can't park there, mate. You can't park there, mate.
It's on the side of the road. good old Stephen.
Does smell like
Stephen in his SL.
What is that? With the gold clubs in the boot. Yeah. This is bang on, man. I think we. I don't know, man. Because there's still stage 2 I can do before I have to go.
But you know, you obviously have to do the intercooler, the downpipes, the charge pipes as well.
It's already got the charge pipes and the sports cat.
I think you did them,
yeah, I think intercooler would have to be the one. Wow, bro, the initial takeoff.
Much better.
Savage, bro.
I find the power delivery so much more.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the N55, I've noticed it feels a lot more NA.
Yeah.
So this is a big. I'm glad I've mapped it 100%. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed, but I'm gonna say I'm definitely taken away at how NA it still feels. I assumed it's gonna be like with the B58. I noticed there was just a big punch of boost.
Yeah.
But with this, it still feels similar in terms of how it revs, which is what I wanted. I didn't want something that's going to be sketchy, especially with this being a car that's quite easily slided. So definitely, I think for me, having this stage 1 is a good spot to start on. And if I do take it on track and use all of the power, then I might say, okay, then I need more. So I think it's good that I've got a track day booked before I then go stage 2. Definitely.
I think you've got to get a good feel for the car and obviously gauge the power yourself.
Yeah, and you can't really gauge that on the road. People can, but I'm always one to say, like, no. If someone says that they're driving this car, like, oh yeah, I spanked it, you can't when you take it on track, then you'll realise how much you could actually spank it. Hard on the brakes,
boot it out of turns. You can't do that on the road.
Just out of the way. Yeah. You know the ones in GTA, lay low.
Alright guys, you know what? We're gonna end the video. I ain't gonna show what I've just did, but every time I'm out with this guy, banter 200%. Bantersaurus Rex, all day, banter king. You know how we do.
You know what? Everyone on YouTube has to realise how much you can actually drive. You know, there's only so much they get to see on track.
You can't show them.
Yeah,
you can't show them, guys. You can't show them. You know what I'm saying?
You are the DSC off driver. You get #1 rankings from me. You know if your car had the drift on the line, it'd be 10 out of 10 stars. Yeah.
Oh god, guys. So yeah, like I said, guys, make sure you hit this guy. Let me just close the window. Woo! Smell that rubber. Smell that rubber. But yes, guys, Michelin, if you're watching, please give me a sponsorship, especially for the rear tyres. But other than that, guys, make sure you head over to Define Coding, whether you want boot mod free, XHP, CarPlay, it's all on there. And don't forget, obviously, where I'm a partner, we've got a code for you, TWHD5, gives you 5% off the entire store. But as always, guys, I hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.